What up, people? It's your boy Chig. You are through to Friday night's Kombat show. Joining me, as always, are my two co-hosts. First is Old Man with the Pipe. Ola, shout out to the people. Ola.
What's happening, man? What's happening? I didn't know you clocked that
Yeah, I
stage.
didn't know I got that.
I've been with that, man. You know what I mean?
I got
But
that
yeah,
vibe,
man. Yeah, man. I just kicking it, man. Yeah, man. Nice weekend. Unlucky. Couple fights fell out, but we'll talk about that. Let's talk. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that when we go on the show, man. But yeah, man. Nice week, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. And of course, as always, show wouldn't be complete if you didn't have the second co-host, and that is Mr. William.
How we doing, people? Still in the lead.
Yeah, and I'm still lost. That's what damn sure. Guys, please, as you come on, you know how we do it by now. Especially if you're watching from Periscope, great. If you're watching on YouTube, please do slap a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. As we dive deeper into the fight, we do a little an analysis. Obviously, it's a big boxing weekend this weekend. We will be doing our review from last weekend for UFC. So do keep that in mind, bear that in mind with us. Got a lot of things to kind of get through this weekend. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. You stand by it. And you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, so let's get to it then. Last weekend.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to remind us of some of the fights that took place last weekend and some
quick ones on the prelims. Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, Chig and Will.
Smoked. I got
smoked. Yeah. I told you about my boy Moreno, man. And I'm happy he's got a quick turnaround for the title fight, but we'll get to that. So Moreno dusted him. Joaquin Buckley, Jordan Wright. Will went for Jordan Wright. Me and Chig went for Joaquin Buckley. Another highlight reel. He's got a hammer in his hands, man.
I think Dana's starting to understand that, okay, maybe we can turn this guy into a bit of a...
That boy has got a hammer in his hands. You know what it was?
But he'll meet Kevin, and Kevin will mess this whole thing up again. Remember,
it was his try. But he got that because he got that fight on short notice. He's thinking, you know what? With a full camp, I might be able to do something. So I'm intrigued. You know, if he can stop Kevin in his tracks to stay away from, you know, the number one right there. I'm intrigued. I want to see him fight. I want to see him and Kevin dance again, man. You know what I mean?
Easy money for Kevin.
I want to see both of them dance again. So he's got hammer in his hands. Another highlight reel. Well done to Joaquin Buckley on that one. Antonina Shevchenko versus Lipski. Jesus Christ.
She shocked me. She absolutely shocked me.
Destruction.
Probably the performance I've been most impressed by her.
Do you know what? Lipski pissed me off.
You know what? Big up Chig though, man. He didn't stray away from the Shevchenkos. He didn't stay away from his girls. He hung in there. He held onto his girls, and they came through for him. If only you picked her for bonuses, you know what I mean? But that's it. You know what I mean? Only her and Joaquin Buckley got the bonuses, man. It's crazy. Mad.
I did not see her being as impressive as she ended up being. I did not.
Me too. I thought Lipski would destroy her.
Yeah, so did I. It's crazy. We had Paul Craig, Shogun Rua. Exactly how I said it was going to happen.
Yeah, another sad moment.
You know, I said Paul Craig was going to wrap him. I said on the show last week, he was going to be the one that done the jiu-jitsu on my man. You know what I mean? Craig is just crazy like that. And if you look at his submission record, it's second to none. So we went unanimous, and good win for Paul Craig on that one. We'll see what's next for him. Cynthia Calvillo and Chukagian. Your girl came through for you, William. You want to talk about that? You want to bask in that glory a little bit? You want to bask?
Fam, I had a bad.
So you was basking the whole time in my yard, fam.
I know.
The whole time, Mama was basking. You know.
That was my first win. My first proper win.
Yeah. It was a good win for her, man. It was a good win. She delivered.
The only reason I was kind of like, because I think just because Chikagan had fought what's her name, Shevchenko and Andrade, yeah, people were thinking, she's not really. Remember, it took her time to get to number one.
Mm-hmm.
It took her time to get to number one, so she reminded people why she was number one, and there you saw it. She destroyed your girl. It was
yeah.
It was a one-sided beating.
She's in a difficult spot because, like she says herself, she's almost like the gatekeeper for Shevchenko now.
Yeah,
which is not necessarily where she wants to be, because she's kind of like the best of the rest.
Yeah.
So I like her. She listens. She's tough. She's gritty. She's obviously got skills. She's going to need something to happen though, because I mean I'm sure she can earn another title shot if necessary, especially if she goes on a little run.
But no one. The most dangerous person for me in that division that's just been cleared out. So that's it.
That's it.
And we fought on like we just come back from injury, so you know what I mean.
Well, I suppose it's Andrade. I suppose.
Nah, no. We ain't got a problem with Andrade. We'll destroy her.
I think Shevchenko.
Hold on. Pump your brakes, man. What are you talking about? You go destroy Andrade, blood. You know what I mean? You see what Andrade did to that girl? Andrade made her run away. She ran half away from the octagon, man. Come on, man.
Let's see what Andrade can do to Jennifer Maia, then we could talk.
Yeah.
That'll be a good fight. That'll be a good fight. I watch that fight. I think that'll be a good fight.
If she can do anything to Jennifer Maia, then talk to me.
Yeah.
Then I'll entertain it. Remember, yeah. You think Weili should stay away from Shevchenko. Remember?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you're saying Andrade can do something to Shevchenko. Okay.
It's just a little suggestion, man. You know what I mean? Just throwing something at the wall, see what sticks. It's all about matchmaking at the moment, man. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of fights out there that could be made. We'll throw a little suggestions here and there every now and again and see what's out there. Moving on the card, Mike Perry and Tim Means. Hallelujah. 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 Jesus Christ. Did you see what Tim Means did to that boy? Will, come get your cousin. Talk to me, fam.
Oh, shut up.
Talk to me, brother.
You already know the way I feel about it. Fuck that guy. I'm sorry. Fuck that guy. I get trying to be entertaining and be unique and be a joker or whatever, but just and for me, actually, the performance of his that I was most impressed by was his performance against Mickey Gall, because he clearly had worked hard. He'd clearly shown that he had prepared.
He was focused and determined.
And he looked focused and determined to win the fight.
This one he wasn't. From when he dabbed, I knew this. From when he dabbed, I thought, what's going on here? And then when he turned up for the fight, I thought even more so, what the fuck's going on? Like, I thought he was just doing, you know what I mean? He was just playing, but then would turn up seriously in the ring, in the octagon. But I thought this guy, man. But then again, I was saying to Ola, I'm not really sure. I think he's broke his hand or something, because he wasn't throwing his right hand properly after the first round.
Yeah. He was a bit tentative.
Yeah, and then he was throwing it in a funny way, like
it was throwing in a funny angle.
Yeah, funny angle. And I thought,
and that's telegraphing everything to Tim Means, because you can see that a mile away.
That's why he started standing with him in the pocket, because you remember, it was every time they stood in the pocket, he'd go back. Tim Means, which I kind of just go out of it, and then he got comfortable. All of a sudden, he got comfortable and just stayed there with him. So I think, I was looking at how, what's his name was throwing. I even said to Ola, a few times, I don't know, there's something, it looks something off with his right hand. But you know what? He's like, he would never say if he's injured or anything, would he?
For real.
He's a weird guy like that. We don't know what goes on in his fucking head. I bet his girlfriend don't even know. I bet she's pregnant right now, thinking, "Oh God, I'm gonna raise another one of these motherfuckers."
Craziness, man.
I'm already raising a motherfucker. Now I'm gonna give birth to the kid of this motherfucker I'm raising to raise shit.
Yeah, he's anyway, it is what it is. Tim Means got the job done.
I'm happy Tim Means got the job done, man. You know what I mean? I've been waiting for somebody. I mean, he put a whooping on him though. Like it wasn't even like a joke thing. I've not seen Perry got his ass whooped, and I got some satisfaction from that. Even though I chose Perry to win, we all chose him to win because we said last week, you know, like you don't want him to win, but you know he's gonna beat him up. You know what I mean? So that's how I felt last. But I was glad. I'm glad to see my Tim Means, because he didn't take that fight seriously. To come in 4.5 overweight is ridiculous. I'm making fun of the whole thing on social media, eating pizza and burgers and all of that, talking about how you weren't gonna make weight. You know, way before you had to make weight. Like he didn't take that fight seriously.
What's his name? One of the guys from Jersey, I think. One of the trainers. Can't remember. I think Eddie and Frank's. You know them guys, them Jersey guys. They're one of the. He normally comes on the MMA World. Normally talks to Ariel and that, but they show his clips on the MMA World, and he was saying how the fact that he actually missed weight and then dabbed on top means the UFC needs to stop. Like, this guy needs to get punished hardcore because he saw it as there was actually a thing to a method to his madness. Yeah. Now listen to this, Chig. Chig, you're the businessman, so you're the numbers man, so you know this. You understand this more than anything. Apparently, he doesn't want to pay as much tax as he does. So the 30 grand off means he pays less taxes than he would have. So that's how he saw. Yeah, that's the inside scoop. He saw it as well.
Anyone else that you could say that for, I'd have been like bullshit.
Him, you can understand.
Are you telling me he systematically threw the fight?
No, he systematically gave his money away so he wouldn't pay more taxes. He gave 30 grand away so he wouldn't pay like about 25 of that in taxes.
Well, he's still paying.
I'm being happy. I'm just being.
I could absolutely believe he would have that kind of logic.
That's what the guy was angry because he said that's what he got. His team were kind of like quiet because nobody wanted to. Because he would say, "Well, I get to pay this." And I don't get to pay this amount of tax. Yeah. And because of the money, nobody wanted to talk. Nobody wanted to confront him and say,
for him, the biggest storyline you could write, or the biggest fight that you can write for him, is the Darren Till fight. The Darren Till fight is his. Let's face it, that's his world title. That's the biggest fight you can make for him at the moment.
Yeah, it's the biggest beef he's got right now.
He's so far away from that at the moment. It's crazy.
Just think about this, yeah. He was one fight off becoming champion.
Yeah.
Do you know why? I say this? Because on the way to remember him and Tyron Woodley were having the back and forths.
Yeah.
And Tyron Woodley was saying, you win your next match and now give you a title shot or whatever it was. Fortunately, he lost that title shot. Just imagine what he would have done to Tyron Woodley. No. Think about this. I know it's funny and it's ifs and buts.
I think Woodley would have beaten him. Even that Woodley would have beaten him.
At that time period, I think Woodley would have lit him up. Yeah. In that time period, when Woodley was defending the team,
everybody
before Usman came around, I think Woodley would have dealt with him.
Everybody who Woodley beat, didn't carry a crack on him. So Woodley was free enough to play around with him. They could piece you up. Think about this.
But he didn't have
Now post all those who have cracks who fought him. Yeah, who can crack that have fought Woodley. Woodley's very tentative.
Lola.
Because he doesn't. Lawler was the first one. He's going for the title.
Oh, so, come on now.
That's the first.
He's still one of those. He's still one of them.
No. Till can't knock anyone out. Who's Till knocked out?
Oh, bro.
Wonder Boy.
He didn't knock him out.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying the people that Woodley fought that could not that got knocked out. Wonder Boy is one of them. If I was to say to you,
who is he knocked out?
Wonder Boy.
Who is he knocked out?
He's got a few knockouts on the resume, man. Man was head kicking people into oblivion, man. Come on, man.
Fight him? And how did he fight Wonder
Come on, man. This is Wonder Boy we're talking about
now.
How
did he fight Wonder Boy? Think about it. How did he fight? Look, he's been fighting
I am very skeptical when it comes to Tyron Woodley. I can't have the total disrespect, bro. I can't.
I know. I get what you're saying. I understand. But all I'm trying to say is,
like,
Woodley,
up until Woodman, he was fighting incredible fighters.
No. He was fighting incredible fighters. Yeah, his last best win was against Till. That's it. The rest of them were all.
That was a good win.
Damian Maia.
Yeah, but come on now. So you want to go in there and tangle up with Damian Maia? You think Tyron Woodley would hold on? So you're telling me you think Tyron Woodley would have stop Damian Maia on the ground the way he did too? Is that what you're telling me?
Let me put it this way.
You don't want to tangle with Damian Maia on the ground. Are you mad?
Ben Askren,
come on, man. Come on, man.
Fam,
you don't want to do that.
Fam. Do you know how many times he rocked Damian Maia?
Yeah, but he's an OG though. He's an OG like that.
Do you know how many times he rocked Damian Maia? Do you know how many times he didn't go to finish it? Do you know how many times? Do you know why Dana was mad after that fight at him? He had multiple times to finish Damian Maia and couldn't finish him. Did not finish him. Then he came out with my thumb. I had to have surgery on my thumb. My thumb was broke. Remember? Like I said, we're making excuses for this guy, but this guy, we remember.
Nobody making excuses for him, man.
We had this talk. He hasn't been the same ever since, really, he won a title. After he won a title, his only impressive fight was Till. Look at everyone he's fought. Tentative.
Anyway, while we're talking about fucking Woodley, when Mike Perry just got his ass whooped and I'm happy about it. Why are you taking? I want to bask in this one, man. I let you bask in Kegli Chukagian, man. And you can't even let man bask in this one. You're dragging me all over.
I'm saying how lucky we were. How lucky we were not to have that fight.
I try to enjoy. You know how long I've been waiting for this guy to lose. I want to make a girl to deal with him. You know what I mean? I want a girl to deal with him. I've been waiting, and I got my wish. So it's a good performance by Tim Means. We see what's next for him. We see what's next for Perry as well. Valentina Shevchenko, Jennifer Maia.
Good fight.
Will said he was skeptical about this fight.
Very.
I said, all right, pick Jessica then, or just Jennifer then. He says, no, I'm going to stick with Valentina. I mean,
you did the same thing with the main event, did you not?
Bruh. Oh, hold on. We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
I'm gonna take my leaks for that one. But let me give William his leaks for this one first. You know what I mean? So we get through the first round. Everything's rosy. Valentina does what Valentina does. She's moving and popping and jabbing, and you know what I mean. Second round comes in, and my jaw was on the ground like that the whole round. And Will was blabbing away. I told you, I was skeptical. I told you, blood. Look at that. I told you. I'm like, relax, man. You know what I mean? Because this is Valentina, man. You know, like she can get up when she feels like it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, relax, man. Third round comes, and you see Valentina moving, lateral movement, popping them jabs off, right hooks, left hooks, knees. I said to Will, Will, she's had enough. She's had enough for Jennifer Maia taking the piece in the second round, right? I said the way she's looking right now, she's going in for the kill. And every strike Valentina laid throughout the rest of the 4th and the 5th was with bad intentions. She wanted to finish her. She couldn't get it done, but every single strike was with bad intentions. How do you say it?
Okay, there's a bit you left out of the story because
I'll let you tell it. I'll let you tell it.
Ola was like, nah, Will. How can you be skeptical about her winning and then pick up for performance of the night? Because he was reading the Bible.
That pissed me off too.
But no, how could? And I said, look, listen, I'm skeptical because she's come back from injury. I don't know how she's gonna react. Yeah, and the second round justified my skepticism because we've never seen that from her before.
Bro, you had one round.
But that's my skepticism. That's why I still gave her performance because I knew she was still gonna do what she did. You get me?
Hey, Chig, it's all I heard all night. Skepticism. I was like, God damn, she had one round. That round got me shook. That I'm not gonna lie. But round got me shook.
Who has won a round from her in that division? Who? That's why I was. Nobody can win a round from her.
So Chig, your girl came with the victory, man.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, the division is still a good division, even though that they made
a work in progress as well.
Nah. She's got that on lock. She just beat the strongest one. She just beat the strongest girl in there.
But brother, like you said yourself, Jennifer Maya is no slouch. To me, I always felt to myself, do you know what? Would it surprise me if it went 5 rounds and maybe Jennifer Maya snatched a round of that? Would not surprise me. Jennifer Maya is a tough fighter, you know.
Nah, that did surprise because I know Jennifer's tough, yeah. But from what I seen Shevchenko do to Nunes, I can't see any one of these girls standing against her. That's just me.
I know Chef is well-rounded, and she is very well-rounded. But to me, I will always consider her a striker before I consider her a grappler or a wrestler.
Oh, I think she's...
And I know that's controversial because, like I said, I think she's very, very, very well-rounded. But to me, I think she'd clearly done, with her sister, by the way, clearly done a lot of preparation with fights on the ground. So
absolutely.
I think when you fight a jiu-jitsu specialist, there's always going to be times where you may find yourself fighting adversity. And even, I'm just rewatching the second round as we speak now. And there were times where Shevchenko was still looking for answers. She was trying to look for like a...
she tried a few...
she tried a couple of triangles.
Yeah.
She tried to see if she can slow Jennifer Maya down. One thing I was really impressed with, and I'm just being reminded by myself now we're watching it, the pace that Maya was setting was very impressive. She clearly decided she was going to be in her face, try and set the pace. It was only that only started to change in the third round, where I feel like Chef
landed enough. She had enough.
And then she went, Rago, forget this. I'm just going to hog tie her and just slam her to the ground. Which I was like, oh, God, go on, girl. You got it now.
But that's my point. This is the strongest girl in the division, Jennifer Maya. For me.
Yeah.
For me, physically, the most strongest girl. And she just did that to the strongest girl. Made this, we're praising Jennifer Maya for being tough, yeah, but she took some motherfucking licks.
I don't remember anyone doing this to a Nunes, for example.
Yeah, I know.
And funny enough, maybe Chef was the last tough fight that Nunes had.
Yeah.
I feel like
steady. You lot be careful when you talk about the GOAT.
Who was the GOAT's last toughest fighter? Who was the last tough fighter?
When you talk, I just say put some respect on the GOAT name. What are you talking about the GOAT, man? I just like a little respect. I like a little respect for the GOAT.
Since you jumped out of your pocket, because you know already how I feel about it. You already know how I feel about it. So we're going there now. Yeah. Since you jumped out of your pocket, yeah. From what Chig's saying, what is the difference? Who was her last toughest fight? Who was the GOAT's last toughest fight?
From what I'm personally saying is, you have 2 divisions that were created for certain people.
Now. 2 people, yeah.
Now, all right, fair enough. One of those people have actually left the company, but they were created for 2 people, right? There's no way you're telling me that the 125 division is not even more competitive than not only the 145 division, but in my mind, the 135 division. Who's in the 135 division?
Everybody. That's where most of the girls are in 135.
From a competitive standpoint, let's be real here. The 115ers are the most competitive.
I was going to say 115 is the most competitive, but the most women is 135.
So I think for me, the fact that Valentina dominates the way she does at the top of her division versus Nunes is to me more impressive because I think her division is tougher than Nunes's. That's not disrespecting Nunes. Nunes does what she does. So she can only beat who she could beat. But to me, I think the 125 is a decent division.
Valentina's tougher than Nunes anyway. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck all the things. I'm putting slander on the GOAT's fucking name. Yeah, I know. You can look for Misha. She can come and defend you as well. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying it. And Misha, if you're watching and listening,
you know.
Yeah, I said it. I've done.
I can't believe the disrespect that the GOAT is. This is blasphemy. For me, this is blasphemy, and I've seen people end up in hellfire because of it.
Fuck your GOAT, yeah. Fuck your GOAT.
Okay. She's the GOAT, and she sent Shevchenko packing twice back to 125. Yeah. She sent her packing twice back to 125. Sent her packing.
Really?
Yeah, like don't come over here.
Really?
You know what I mean?
So,
like
you saw that second fight, yeah?
Ola gave me money. Ola gave me money before the judges even announced the fight. That's how much.
I was happy when Buffer called at the table. Yeah, I've never before helped you. Hey, Chig. Do you know how happy I was when Bruce Buffer called at the name? I was like, rotten. And God damn.
That was the best night Ola's ever had.
Give me that was the
money. Best night of
give
Ola's.
Me
yeah, he actually, give me that.
Give me that one. Give me that one. Yeah, man, that was a bad one still. But listen, look, I respect Valentina greatly. You lot know I fuck with Valentina Shevchenko. It's not even a joke thing. Like in that division and below, she slays everyone. You know what I mean? I'm just saying when she comes up, it's a little difference. And Amanda's shown it. Send people down to back to 125, clear that 145, and she like there's nothing there. There's nothing left for her. Nobody's left at 145 for her, and she sent people back down to 125. Only woman that's done it. No one else has done it.
They should have just kept. They should have kept Cyborg in there to give Cyborg another chance.
I keep saying, you see, the same nasal surgery. Yeah, put this in context. The same nasal surgery that Colby Covington avoided his title fight for. At the time, Amanda just had the same nasal surgery. 3 months after the surgery, she went into camp, started sparring on it, and took that fight with Shevchenko. Just to put a little bit of context on it, you know what I mean? So it's not an easy thing what she did on that night. But yeah, Shevchenko gave her a hard ride. She gave her a run for her money, but with all the extenuating circumstances that went with it, and she was the champion. It was up to Shevchenko to take the belt and beat the champion. She didn't. She didn't do the job. No, not what Bruce. That's not what Bruce said. That's not what Bruce said.
I know that's not what Bruce said. But
on to the main event. Davison Figueiredo. This is where I'm going to take some leaks versus Alex Perez. I was trying. Look, I don't even know how to go about this. I'm stuck right now, blood. Hey, William, can you remind me what happened?
I can, but all
right, Chig, remind me what happened. I'm stuck with this one.
Basically, what? Do you want to know what happened in terms of your pick?
No. We know his pick. We know his pick. But go on. Yeah, go on. Tell us the whole story.
I don't know what drugs Ola was taking that day. Maybe he decided he wanted some proper 12. But if that, you know what? I might go against something different and pick Figueroa. Pick against Figueroa, pick Perez. And I'm thinking, are you being serious? Because I saw a lot of people making last-minute bets for Alex Perez because I know he's good. I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert in him because I ain't gonna lie. The flyweights, very few of them that I dial into. And Perez is one of those people that I've at least heard of that is quite good. But let me tell you something. The fight came. Eventually, Ola changed his mind. To his credit, eventually changed his mind. And I would have laughed if he hadn't because the way this fight...
Will nearly cornered me into that bet as well, man. He was trying to corner me into that bet, you know.
Yeah, I almost got a bet out of it as well. Yeah, I forgot about that bit.
Because yeah, I hate it when
it's the best moonwalk ever. It's the best one ever, blood.
I know.
Have you ever seen better one like that? That's the best moonwalk ever. I didn't just change the fighter that I was gonna back. I did take the bet and I dumped the fighter as well. I went to the other side, blood. I saw the light.
Basically, I've won that much.
I swear, Michael Jackson.
I've won that much money off Ola. That basically was like, hold on. He should have prepared to bet on this. Maybe I need to slow my roll down.
It's how Chig caught on the Chig just jumped on it like, yeah, okay.
Chig saw a moment. Chig saw a moment. Chig saw a quick moment. Yeah, when I was talking up Alex Perez, I was trying to talk him up and just give out the stats, do my job, talk him up.
Said,
you know what I mean?
Because,
and then I got lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? And Chig saw that moment, man. Chig saw that moment. I'm slapping 20 on that. I'm like, whoa.
And the reason why I had to say something to you as well is because Chig never jumps on bets like that. Yeah, and normally when we jump on him, he's backing out, and I'm gonna do the whole, oh come on, Chig, you need to come on, man. You're pussy or what? Come on, Chig. So when he jumped on this one, I was like,
because you thought I was betting my normal 10.
You can't.
You thought I was betting my normal 10. I said, no.
Yeah. He went big as well.
He went enough quiet. You know, he went quiet.
I was like, nah, Ola, you can't back down.
That was Epiphany at his best, brethren. You trust me. That was Epiphany at his best. I just, you know what? Now, I'm gonna have to ride with Figueredo on this one too. You know what I mean? And it brought me a beautiful win, man. You get me? Proper win from Figueredo. Will, you went with Alex Perez. What happened?
But here's the thing. At least
I never moonwalk.
What happened?
Yeah, we don't
straight moonwalked out of it.
We didn't moonwalk. I'm still with my gang. Yeah, I'm still with my gang.
Oh man,
we didn't moonwalk. No moonwalk around here.
No, this is a funny shit, but yeah, this is some of the things that we have to go through and deal with. Because sometimes, set man, you think they're not watching. You think Chig is not watching. You think he's not listening. Trust me. if you get lost in the sauce, it's coming for you.
Chig was a motherfucking tiger.
Yeah, man.
Jumped out of grass.
You can't get caught lacking out here, but you get me. So
for me, I just like Figueroa, man. I like him. I think he's got good power. I think he's got good timing.
Chig, when Cody fights him, we'll talk then.
Yeah, you think Cody will beat him? I'm not. We've had this discussion before. Mm-hmm. I'm not as sold on Cody as you lot are. Mm-hmm. I like the way Cody trains. That's about it. Mm-hmm. I don't like anything else about him. I think with this freestyle fighting thing, you've got to be a little bit more diverse than he is. Plus, he's got that Amir Khan chin. So for me, I think Figueroa has him. I think Figueroa will actually tap him out, to be honest. I don't even know if he'll
tap him out.
Yeah. So yeah, but I thought the way he kind of set up, Perez had him, and then he blinked, and this guy had his feet wrapped around Perez, took him down, and then went for the guillotine, set up a deep guillotine, and it was a wrap. So yeah, for me, I think it was a beautiful.
Can I say one thing as well?
Yeah, go on.
I said to Ola just before he tapped, he's out. Look, he's out. It was so fucking tight.
That was crazy.
So tight.
It was tight.
Ola was like, that's it, the fight's done. I was like, no, he's out. Watch, he's out. He's coming out. He's popping. His head's gonna pop. And Ola was like, dry skin. Nah, they're too dry.
It's too dry. It's too dry, man. He ain't coming out. That's dry, man. Like first round, you know what I mean? That man, there's no sweat, there's nothing, there's no blood. Like those are the things that potentially you could use to get out of those type of situations when you're stuck in them type of situations. But in the first round, we saw it with Aljo and Sandhagen. We've seen it with so many fighters. First round, Paul Craig done it to Shogun Rua. When Paul Craig grabbed Shogun, I was saying the same thing to you. It's dry. You know what I mean? This is the best time. If you're gonna sink a submission, the best time to do it,
first
unless you're my boy Brian Ortega, which means you can do it anytime you want. But the best time you can do it is the first round. You know what I mean? You do it the first round, you can sit it in, body's still dry, and you got more chance of finishing the submission than when there's blood and sweat and everything else. Endorphins, as John Jones will call it.
Yeah. So, okay. So I think that's pretty much it. But overall, you guys enjoyed the card?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the card. I thought the card was great. Unlike this week's card, dog shit, absolute bollocks, ridiculous. I don't even want to talk about it. You know?
Yeah, I noticed.
The card is that dead.
You mentioned it earlier, so I don't know if you know, but
I got one thing to say.
The Lewis, what's his name? The Derek Lewis Blades fight is off.
It's off due to coronavirus.
Blades has caught the Rona.
Yeah. So, before we get into that, just to put a last word on last week's, I think the women always fighting just makes the card even better. I'm not sure about you guys, but
I've been saying that for a long time.
For me,
I just think they just love to get on with it. They just get on with it.
Way better. Like if there's a boring fight and a woman's fight comes, you forget about the boring fight straight away. Straight away. I'm sorry, but even if it's a one-sided beating, it's much more interesting than two guys actually boring the place out. Seriously.
Funny enough, one of my favorite girls of girls was supposed to be fighting tomorrow. I'm guessing that card's still happening. It's supposed to be fighting tomorrow, and that's
a lot fell off tomorrow's card, so I wouldn't be so sure. Yeah,
who's this?
It's Rachel
Ostovich. I think Rachel Ostovich is still on there. I saw it earlier on. I think Rachel Ostovich. But a couple of fights, maybe 2-3 fights fell off.
What division is she in? 135 or 115?
125. She's not even ranked. She's not even ranked. She's there. She's there. To me, I think she should be moving up. Move up to 135 and see what you can do. Because Sijara Eubanks and Paniki Anzad, those are the other two that's moved up, and they're doing good things at 135. Maybe if she gets up there, and these are the players that she came up with from Tough. So Paniki Anzad is up there. Lauren Murphy is up there. Lauren Murphy is up there, and Sijara Eubanks is up there. Mother Ferry is up there as well. These are the people, Barbara Honchak. These are the people that she came up with, you know, and they're doing good things.
I think Sijara should come down.
Right now, she's happy where she's at.
I know she's happy, but I think judging from her last fight, I think she should come down.
She looked
well small in there. She looked well small in there.
She packed it. Look, would you say the same thing to Deron? Would you say the same thing to Deron Wynn? Look how little Deron Wynn is. You wouldn't say the same thing to Deron Wynn at 205. Come on now.
I know what you're saying, but like when you have the girls doing what they're doing to her, when she can beat the girls that like the last fight.
Yeah, so I mean, she
could beat the girl, but the girl just pieced her up because
that's because of the amount of fights back to back that she's had. That's
so
what
she should be in rhythm.
So
So she should be in rhythm.
That's 2020 is a mad year, man.
The girl just looked too big compared to her. I just watched it and I thought, this is.
You might be onto something there. But You know, I think she's happy where she's at right now. And she's got one set up and one booked with Panic Yanzad in the next who's the next fight, the next pay-per-view card. I think, but that's lost on me right now. I'll come back to that still. So on the new current events that's out there right now, we have some fights that's been announced, or at least in the offing. Chito versus Aldo, Marlon Vera. They're definitely looking to put that one together. Marlon Vera and Jose Aldo. So I think that'll be a great fight. I think that'll be fantastic. What do you think to the potential? And I'll be going with Chito on that one as well. If that was to happen, I'll be riding with Chito on that one. What do you guys think?
I thought they'd give Chito someone better.
You think they would give him someone better?
Yeah, I thought they would.
This is a former champion we're talking about, man. Put some respect on Aldo.
But he's done, man.
It's still a former champion.
Yeah, but he's done, though.
It's like Uriah Hall. And it's still a former champion.
No, but for what Marlon wants.
Yeah, he's good for his CV, though. No, I think it's good for his CV.
What he wants to go for that. Like he said, I'm old right now. I need to go. Before he fought. No,
so
after he fought.
If he fights an unranked champion to somebody that just almost fought for the title or fought for the title with Yan.
Well,
come on.
There's
something that push. I think this fight
there free. There's people up there free. Come on.
I think this fight with Aldo it'll push Marlon up the rankings fairly quickly. I think that's probably what they wanted to do with Sugar Sean, but Chito's probably claiming it right now.
Even Moraes is better than fighting Aldo.
We'll see. I just think because he's down there.
I can see what you're saying, but I feel like with Vera, what his last impressive fight was his last fight.
I was gonna say.
But his last fight was how long now? It feels like it was ages.
But that's not on him. The only fault, yeah, that's wrong with UFC was they had plans for Sugar Sean, right?
Yeah, but
Chito just smashed it up.
Yeah, he smashed it up, and now he said, "I want the plans you had for him," and then UFC was sitting back.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like for me, I don't think this is necessarily a bad fight. I think Aldo just fought for the title. And lost. And I think you can really test to see what Vera is. Is he a world caliber fighter? That's essentially what you're doing.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think they would have given Aldo to Sugar Sean?
No, but I think he poses a different thing.
But that's the whole point I'm trying to say. What Marlon was trying to say after he beat Sugar Sean was, now that I've messed up that, then since in the UFC world, it's like what's that fucking film where they cut off your head? It's kind of what Justin Gaethje did. Highlander. Highlander. It's kind of like Highlander. I cut your head off, I take your powers.
Yeah.
I've got his powers now. Give me what you had for him.
Like I said, it's kind of like what Justin Gaethje did. Like, I ruined the party. Now I want what Ferguson would have had. I want everything that comes with it.
And that's my point I'm trying to say. They're giving him what's his face? Aldo is kind of like when you look at what Sean would have had.
What would they have had? Would they have given him somebody?
Look who they were pushing him up against before that fight.
Cody.
Exactly.
Everyone expected him to beat Cody. I know I did. I don't know. I think you're reading a bit into that because yes, they wouldn't have given him Aldo because I think Aldo is a dangerous fight for Sean. For sure, Sean. I would have said that to you a year ago.
I think
Nah, you wouldn't have said that until you saw what you saw because I don't think anybody thought his leg would give way again. Maybe because it's the second time. Now you're thinking, now
Aldo we know because. Like I said, them calf kicks are gonna come hard, blood, and Aldo can lay them bloody calf kicks.
But then the question goes as well: When was the last time Aldo actually did that?
That's true, and a lot of commentators have brought that up. But in this fight,
a lot of commentators brought that up. Yeah.
But in this fight, I think his coaches would specially prepare him. Like, you know what, bro? There's one way to win this fight. You got one job, one thing to do. Do not fuck it up. Go in there and chop them legs off till he can't stand no more. If I was his coach, that's what I'd be telling him. Go out there and just, you know what I mean, get things done. But yeah, I think that's an easy path to victory from a lot of kickboxers that he's going to be fighting as he's going up the rankings, because they are going to come for that leg. They will come. They won't stop. They're going to come for it, and that might make him gun shy. I want to see how he reacts to it, if it makes him gun shy or not. You know, it's dread, but I don't know. The next one on the horizon, Moreno, Figueiredo. Quick turnaround on those two guys. We saw what they did last weekend. Moreno winning in impressive fashion. So's Figueiredo. And this is what I wanted for the flyweight. Figueiredo being a fighting champion for that division, and it looks like that's what's happening at the moment.
There's been a fighting champion, and there's defending your belt twice in 3 weeks. I mean, it's extremely brave. I give him a lot of credit.
He's got my respect, man. Newfound respect for this guy. Absolutely. You're on mute, fool.
Let's be realistic. Yeah? Shut the fuck up. Let's be realistic.
That was funny.
Let's be realistic. They both finished in the first round. What the fuck you talking about? Oh, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You're making it sound like they didn't get no damage and they finished in the first round.
Stop it.
You got one leg kick. Figueiredo got one leg kick, and that's it.
Moreno, you could say to yourself, all right, well, if you had to say to Moreno, you got a title shot tomorrow. Of course, he's taking it.
He'll do it, yeah.
But from a champ, he didn't have to do that shit.
Yes, he has to. I'll tell you why. Michael Bisping put it the best way. 2 camps in one. Cheap camp. Cheap camp. Michael Bisping put it the best way.
Yeah, he didn't have to do it though. He could say what everybody else is saying. I want to find a girlfriend. I want to have a baby. I'm going to take time off. I need to see the world. He could say all of that.
The fight as quick as it was.
That's why he's got my newfound respect. Because it could do everything to avoid it.
Fam, it was less than a minute. When Conor beat what's his face, Aldo,
so what?
He wanted to fight straight away. He wanted the next fight 2 weeks later. He wanted to fight Rafael dos Anjos 2 weeks later.
Yeah, did they fight him in 2 weeks? Did they fight him 2 weeks later? He didn't.
They pushed it back. They pushed it back and everything. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when you finish something so early, you're still fresh. You still feel like I could still remember what your champion used to say, Joshua, after he beat someone in the first round. I could have another fight right now. I don't want to fight tomorrow. I want to fight today. I want to because you're in that like competition kind of phase where you really want it.
Oh, that's why we've had a lot of quick turnaround this year.
But that's what I'm trying to say. He finished
because it keeps them in camp. That's why we've had a lot of fight with
no damage. That's why it's 3 weeks. Come on, and plus you don't have to pay for a camp.
Kimaev done 2 divisions in 10 days. You know what I mean? Kimaev done 2 divisions in 10 days. That's crazy. Yeah. That's outrageous. Outrageous.
There's not a single person that's been like, no, you don't. Okay, there's advantages to doing it. Because obviously now Dana is paying attention to you as someone who, A, can rely on, and B, it just gives him that different perception on the flyweights now for him being able to do that. But there is not a single person that has been like, you pussy, for not defending your belt for three weeks later. He was under pressure to do that.
Under their rules, he's got 1 year to keep that belt without defending it. 1 year.
He clearly, to be fair, just did it because he knew that Dana was in a spot for the last card of the card, for the last big card of the year. So I'll step in. How much are you paying me? Oh, what? More than I was on last time? Cool, I'll step in. And then that's, to me, is when you're your factor comes in of two camps in one, and that's when that shit matters. But to me, there's no I think it's such a gangster, almost foolhardy, but such a gangster thing to kind of step up and do.
It really is. It really is. I've not seen any champion do that. No champion. Even when and I will go back to Amanda Nunes that I've praised this evening. Even when the whole thing, Rona thing just, and they said, yeah, title fight with you and Felicia Spence. She was like, no, fuck no. I ain't fighting right now. We don't know what the fuck's going on. I wanna know what's going on. I wanna do this, I wanna do that. She called the time. I need time to prepare. I'm not fighting her right now. The same thing with Stipe. We've seen champions do this. Khabib, you name it, they've all done it. They've all done it. They made us reasons why they don't have to defend the title almost straight away, because it's a big pressure. The one thing that champions always say to the challengers, they don't have to do the media press, the media things that they have to do as champion. They got more media stuff to do that takes away from their preparation in the gym and their preparation for weight cut and everything else, because of the amount of media and interviews that they have to do as champion. So it's part of their responsibilities, you know. So and the challenger is just there getting ready, prepping up, cutting weight, doing everything right, you know. So that's how these guys see it. So for me, I think it's such a gangster thing to do. I agree with Chig. Figueiredo taking this fight, and he knows Moreno is a dangerous guy. It's not a walk in the park. This fight with Moreno, absolutely not. Will I put 20 on it right now? I wouldn't do it.
Talk to me when they've had two rounds and then taking a fight for a turnaround. Just one round. It didn't even last a minute. Both fights.
Kevin Holland has done it all through this year. 4 fights is he's had.
But
this
no one's calling him gangster.
No, I respect his gangster. I I fuck with Kevin Holland, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I respect his gangsterism.
My whole point,
to do what he did this 4 times this year. It's madness.
You have more to lose.
I get that. But my whole point is he could take the fight. He already feels like everybody in the division is no match for him. He already feels that way. He could take the fight when you've had one round. If he had 2 rounds and he took the fight, I'll give him much more respect. But one round,
he can, but he doesn't have to. That's what we're saying. He doesn't have to, is what we're saying.
No damage.
But he did.
I'm disappointed by the argument. This sounds like an amateur argument to have.
I know.
Just because to say, oh, well, I'm that much better than everyone else, I could fight week after week. Let's be real here, that doesn't happen. So if someone actually does that, you have to give them praise. Come on, bro, you are more intelligent than this to say, oh, well, because he's that much better and he only had 1 round, then why can't he? Why can't he?
No. I'm saying from his perspective, he feels like there's nobody in the division for him. He's already said that a few times. That's why why his first defense was to go for Cody, right?
Yeah,
he feels like all the other guys had nothing to him, right? So for me, from looking from that perspective, when you say 3-week turnaround, I look at the circumstance and look at, all right, he just had a minute fight and 3 weeks. Okay, well, he sees himself as that, so I can understand why he did that. That's why I'm looking at it from. I can see your point. I get your argument, but I'm just saying, I'm listening to what he's saying and putting the words, fitting it into the
this is why I think it's an amateur argument. How many times have we been in boxing or MMA where it's been a quick fight? You don't see the champion being like, oh, well, you know what, Brazilian was a light night, and I'm so much better than everyone in this division. Here we go, Dana. Put me down for next month's event. It don't happen. It never happens. Like, it never happens. So, to me, I just nah. I think you got to give credit where credit is due. I was shocked. Moreno.
I respect the hell out of Figueiredo for taking that fight.
Take that fight whenever it comes up. That to me, I get that argument, because whenever a title shot comes, you just have to be able to jump at it. The champion don't need to do that though.
Look at Usman. Look at he didn't have to take that fight with Durinho. He didn't take that fight with Durinho. It's like, I got things to do with my daughter. I gotta go and do this. All the champions do it. This is gangster from Figueiredo. You need to, you know what I mean?
Division as well.
All the champions do it. They all do it.
So
Danny Cormier did it. John Jones did it. Stipe did it. They all do it. All of them do it. You know, you got. I salute Figueiredo for that, man. I think that's and this is what I wanted to see, him defending and being a fighting champion in that division. I love it. I love to see that, and I'm expecting a good fight from both of those guys. So the boxing, Mike Tyson fighting this weekend. Danny Dubois versus Joyce. Should we start with Danny Dubois, Joyce, and finish with Tyson?
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So Danny Dubois, Joyce. Danny Dubois 23, Joyce is 35. Joyce 11-0. Danny Dubois comes in at 15-0. 14 knockouts from Danny Dubois. 10 knockouts from Joyce. Both of these guys undefeated. They're going head to head. What you boxing hipsters telling me? Talk to me.
I've said it from the very get-go, and I think this is Dubois' fight to lose. I think that Joe Joyce, unfortunately for him, started his pro career way too late. I think as a result of that, just wasted too much time. I think he's slow.
I was surprised when I saw his age, 35. I'm like, where you been?
Yeah, he started very late. He's slow. I don't think he's particularly. I think he's durable once you get him past a certain point. I think that's what he's hoping. He's hoping that he's able to make it past the latter rounds and he's able to hang with Dubois. I think Dubois is powerful. He's got a good explosion to him, even though I don't think in the grand scheme of things he's that quick himself. I expect this to be Dubois' fight to win. So much so that I think it will be Dubois round 4 knockout.
Wow.
So I think it'll be that.
Good prediction there. What about you, Will?
You gauge me from
teach us some of this boxing science.
Nah, I'm gonna just kind of piss in the wind a little bit here. Let it hit me in the face a bit because
as long as you don't call it rain, we'll be fine.
I'm gonna go with Joe Joyce. I have more of hope or anything else because I don't know. I get the vibe that Dubois is very angry. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chig.
He's very angry, did you say?
Yeah, he sounds very angry this time around.
I will say this: they both have the personality of a drumstick.
Yeah, I know.
And a rotten drumstick like that. Like it's just they're just both like that. They're very stern, nonplus personality people. And the reason I say that is because I can see why if you were watching the news conference of anyone else and they were acting like Dubois, you'd absolutely be spot on with what you're saying. But that's just how Dubois is in his news conference.
Because Joe Joyce seems a little bit much more jovial to me.
He looks more jovial, even though he's still dry toast. I hate watching.
And he sounded like he was all like, "Oh, I'll see what happens." He's the guy who's meant to knock me out. He's meant to. It was more he was putting pressure on Dubois, and Dubois was saying, "I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna do it." When you start saying these things, and then like around him, certain things start going left for you. It can go really, really left quickly.
True.
Really, really left quickly.
True.
And I just feel like, you know, when you give someone no chance at all and they just out of the blue just surprise you. I don't know. I just get that vibes with this fight. Because
especially with his undefeated and he's got knockout power as well.
And he can hit. And I listened to someone was saying he's seen Joyce, and this is someone who was very neutral. He said he's seen Joyce fight against fighters who are better than Dubois. Yeah, and beat them.
No, the weigh-in happened earlier, brother.
Yeah, the PT has already happened. and beat them. But they still said they said like Chig, but it's Dubois' fight to lose. From when you look at both, it's Dubois' fight to lose. But I think it was Tyson Fury, but he's seen Joyce beat very, very, very good fighters. Beat very, very, very good fighters. So I don't know. It's not, and it's not pay-per-view, by the way.
No,
it's not pay-per-view. It's not Matchroom. It's not Matchroom. It's not Matchroom.
All right. Give it a rest. It's not Matchroom.
Jake, calm down.
You slanderous fucker. It's not Matchroom. Any chance to get a dig, man. Any chance to get a dig.
When this fight was first scheduled, it was supposed to be. But it fair play to Warren. Said no. You guys go watch it for free. So
the real play. Promoter.
As well. I like him.
It'll be interesting to see because I must admit I'll be pretty disappointed with Frank Warren if they build up this fight. Let's say Dubois wins like I expect, and he goes back to fighting Jim Bob Miller in a couple of weeks. It's just like, oh, fuck off. What are we doing here?
This is a fight that should propel him to the next level now.
Okay, so Chig, you're mad. Yeah, you're mad for how Al Heyman conducts stuff in America. Yeah, but you're not mad for how Hearns does stuff here. Who's got all the fighters?
Yeah, but we're talking about Warren now, though.
Yeah, but no. I'm gonna make a point with the Dubois thing. What he said about Dubois. Right. Who's got all the fighters?
No, because this is how I know you don't pay attention. Because I've never said to you that I'm mad with Al Heyman. That's never crossed my mouth. I actually like the way Al Heyman does business. I don't have the hatred for promoters that you have. Just to be clear, in fact, if I do hate any promoter, it probably is Frank Warren, just because of how many legal disputes he finds himself in and how bitter he seems to just about everything outside of the Queensberry camp. It just seems so bitter about everything else. But other than that, I don't have any issue with Al Heyman. Actually, I think he's probably one of the more better promoters out there. He seems to pay his fighters on time, which is all I care about. If I'm judging,
I wouldn't even try and tell you which episode it was. But while first talking about Al Heyman, you said out your mouth, "I'm not really a big fan of Al Heyman." You said that at the first, and then I had to describe him to you, explain, and say a few things. No,
because I've also since then, on 3 or 4 occasions, told you that upon analysis of Al Heyman, you don't see anyone really.
You have said that. No doubt, you have said that.
Been paid on time. People still join him. So even if I had a certain for me, this is what I'm trying to say. I will never. If I have an opinion on something, it's not a closed one. I'm prepared to see how you conduct business as time goes on.
I was going off the memory of our first talk about him.
Bro, on new information, you should be allowed.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Let me land. Let me get to my point. So the thing is, if Dubois wins, who's he got to fight? All the fighters are with Hearns. Now, how difficult is that going to be for Dubois to get a step up?
Change promoter, come over to Hearns.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Why would Frank Warren want to lose his fight? This is the whole point.
Depends where they are in their contractual agreement, I guess.
Yeah, but why would he want to lose him? Because Dubois is potentially a future champion.
Well, people change managers all the time, man. This is like people change managers all the time.
Go and ask Don King how he feels about boxing right now. See if he tells you he feels it is great. He's lost everybody. You get what? You're not there to lose people about people lose people all the time. Lose your house. Let's see you lose your house.
I said people change managers all the time.
Yeah, but
I didn't say people lose people losing their houses.
How is Frank Warren gonna function? He's a boxing promoter.
Yeah, go and find more clients. Go and scout more people. Get out there.
Everybody's joining Eddie Hearn because of Sky. You got Premier Boxing Champion.
Yeah, go and get a deal. You know what I mean? Go and get a deal. You know.
So basically, then his business goes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bro, it's a cutthroat. This business is if it's easy, we'll all be doing it. It's a cutthroat business, man. He's been in it for so long. He's long in the tooth, and I'm sure he can hang with those guys, man. Frank Warren has been around for a minute. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those guys that I think things like that, like losing a fighter like Dubois, will change his fortune or anything like that.
I get what Will's saying. I mean, other than Tyson, you could argue is only part his at the moment. So from Warren's point of view, he's going to have to do everything is possible. Well, he has to. But one thing I will say is, some business is business, and he has to hope that his relationship with Dubois, when time comes to negotiate, is strong. Because if it's strong, then, like you said, there should be no reason why Warren
shouldn't resign with him. But vultures are lurking.
But this is the whole point. You sign with him, and then you lose fights.
We'll have him at Matchroom.
Often his financial affairs are not always as they should be, and in that way, when he makes contract offers, they tend to be short, and then he tends to lose fight. That's how he lost Billy Joe. That's exactly how he lost Billy Joe.
Value.
That's why he lost all of his decent fighters. That's how he tends to lose them.
And where do they all go? Matchroom.
Whoever's showing.
It's not whoever. They all go to Matchroom.
We'll have him at Matchroom, man.
You know what? If I'm Frank Warren,
and then real boxing gets fucking diminished, and then you won't have your free boxing anymore, eh?
Oh, God.
It's funny you should say that because I was headed in that direction. If I'm Frank Warren, I'm probably going to try and keep an eye on that Sky Eddie Hearn relationship, because it'll be interesting to see as DAZN grows in the UK, the pressure that puts Eddie under.
I'm subscribed to DAZN, by the way. Just to support the thing, man. Just to support the thing.
All the fucking Sky guys to DAZN. DAZN's cheap. It will be cheap.
Yeah, I like DAZN. All right.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, but they will have DAZN and then fuck everything else. What?
The problem with the DAZN model is, unless you're Netflix, them type of models don't really work in the UK. Unless you're a real established company. So what I don't think they realize yet is it'll probably take about 3-4 years before people are prepared to spend money on just boxing. I love boxing, but if you said to me, spend £10 a month on boxing, I'll tell you to suck out.
Yeah, but you pay the yearly one, innit? If you do the yearly one, you're like, it's cheaper.
The only thing I would do, and it baffles me why football's not done this, right? If you said to me, all right, as much as they piss me off, all right, $19.99 and we'll give you access to only Arsenal matches for the next year. I'd do that because I'm more. Maybe it's because I'm more invested in that from a kind of cultural point of view. Yes, boxing is my second love, but football is my love, and particularly Arsenal. No matter how much they continuously let me down, I'm much more prepared to pay for that. Whereas I don't think, for me, the only reason that their model works in America is because they pay dumb money for pay-per-view. They pay like 200 quid every time they want to order
for
something.
HD, yeah, for HD. Yeah. And then 150 for like normal.
No one's paying that. Whereas in the UK, it's not that bad. So I don't know. We'll see.
Shall we move on to the Tyson Roy Jones fight and finish off on that?
Vidal Riley. Why Vidal Riley?
Yeah. Let's talk about Vidal Riley very briefly.
Okay,
Vidal Riley, for anyone who doesn't know, was supposed to be on this card. He came out with a video the day before yesterday on his YouTube channel, just explaining why he was now off the card. And basically, it's a classic. I know so many amateur boxers that have this injury. He basically has a trapped nerve on his lower back. Last couple of fights, it's affected him. He'd done some stem cell surgery, which seems to never work whenever someone does stem cell surgery. He had some stem cell surgery, thought he was going to be able to get through this fight, was actually still determined to get through this fight because obviously for him, 5th fight and you're fighting on a card where, let's face it, so many people are going to be ordering this fight.
This would have been so good for him as well.
Yeah. And he's had to pull out. So it's unfortunate for him. I think sometimes you just have to say to yourself, listen, a better opportunity will come. It's all about making sure that your career
that was the guy who trained KSI, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good fighter, though. Have you seen him fight?
No, not really.
So he fights under Mayweather Promotions.
Okay.
And what's his name? One of the Mayweather, not Roger. Roger's the one that died.
Jeff.
Jeff, that's the one. Trains under Jeff. Good fighter though. Looks, I won't say slick, but looks pops himself about pretty well. Looks like he's got a decent amount of power. Timing is very, very good. So yeah, it's good potential for sure. So yeah, it's unfortunate for him, but it is what it is. Anyone who hasn't able to check it out, though, do go to his YouTube channel to check that out. What was Ola going to move us on to?
Tyson and Roy Jones.
Tyson and Roy Jones. I'm going to make this very brief. I'm going to leave it to the boys after this. If you'd asked me 20 years ago who would have won this fight, I'd have picked Roy Jones. 20 years later, I'm still picking Roy Jones. Very simple. I love Tyson, but I do think sometimes we overestimate what Tyson can do. I do think that Roy Jones is a much more intelligent fighter. Doesn't obviously have the power that Tyson has, but we'll have the timing. I think we'll have the speed. I think he'll be more prepared. I think there's a bigger upside for him winning. More bragging rights, if you like. And I think he'll win this fight. I've always thought that. As much as I would love Tyson to win, and I'll confess, I would love Tyson to win. I have never, ever strayed from that thought process. I just think Roy Jones was always the better fighter. Always the better fighter. And I don't think we give Roy Jones enough credit, really, as to how good he really was. Keep in mind, he was also a heavyweight at one point. So, yeah, for me, Roy Jones Jr. all day long wins this fight. On points, probably. On points. Just like I think Tyson's stubbornness, even at 55, will drag him through to the end of that fight.
I heard the way it's scoring it. Is there any truth to that?
But still, he can't. He has to be knocked. He still can be knocked out.
They said no knockouts and no knockdowns and no scoring. That's what I heard. I'm just saying what I heard. Will, put your thing on, man.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're right.
So what? So if he gets knocked out, then what?
No one's getting knocked out. The ref is going to stop the fight straight away.
Well, there'll be no winner.
Basically, I personally think...
From what I heard, it's a sparring match. It's a hard sparring match.
I personally think Roy has questioned a few things and they've taken it a little bit further than they should have, because Tyson is getting to that stage again, isn't it? He's getting to that demon. He's on demon time.
He's trying to kill two of my boys, you know what I mean? He's trying to kill DJ Kirkland, man. I thought with TK Kirkland, but he's trying to kill TK Kirkland. He's trying to kill Boosie, you know what I mean? Like
that demon's coming out.
Tyson's on a mad one, isn't he?
I know. Yeah. What do you call it? So it's a weird one. Like I feel like Roy Jones has said, look, I don't know if you might get crazy. I know this is an exhibition, but I don't know if you might get crazy because he said himself, when he went on that radio show and said before he was all right, he was comfortable with the fight, didn't feel anywhere by it, wherever he is, he knew he would win. And then for some reason, someone from his team deliberately came out with the whole postponing, called it off first. They were giving him time to prepare. And that's the one thing he did not want to give Tyson, time. Because it's easy for you to start getting into rhythm, and then your demon time is coming as well. The demon's coming. Little by little, you're opening them out. Early doors, it's still fresh. But once you get used to the gym, once you get used to the sweat, the punches, people punching you in your face and all of that, once you get used to all of that,
you guys only have to go on this show called Hot Boxing and watch Mike Tyson terrify people on this show. I mean, absolutely. I mean, big, grown men, gangsterism, absolutely terrified the hell out of them.
He's on demon time, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And his co-host don't help. He encourages that shit. That brother, but he's across the table, you know. He's way over there across the table. The guests are gonna sit next to Tyson, man. That's some dangerous shit. That's dangerous in itself. Oh my days!
I like his podcast. Like you say, I think the guests always have this wary.
Oh yeah,
you know, Tyson come out with some off-key stuff sometimes. You know, or what.
That story he said about what's his face, Don King was one of the best ever. I know he's got a few stories. The one where he said
he's got so much
money. Yeah. Don King owed him money.
And he said, that's my money.
No, he said the
tell it.
They called him like, he can't pick it up and everything, And then Don King sent a jet to come pick him up. So as he sat in the jet, he sat in the jet, sniffs a line, and goes, whoa, wait. Hold on a minute, Don King's trying to play him. This is his jet. That's his. Don King stole his money, so this is his jet that he's flying on. The money Don King owes him, that's his money. Don King's house money is his. Like basically, Don King made money off of him. So everything Don King owes is his. So fuck it. He's going to get the money. So he'd already made his mind up in the jet. Like if I see Don King is on, bear in mind Don King's about to give him $5 million. About to give him $5 million.
$5 million in that time. $5 million wasn't even nothing to Tyson. But Tyson was giving millions away.
No, people. He said he was broke then. So he's calling his girlfriend saying, he called his girlfriend saying, "Oh shit,
right.
We got money. Don King's give about to
Who can owe them like
hundreds of millions,
close to 100.
Yeah, hundreds of millions. But this Don King was giving him $5 million. Bear in mind, Tyson had nothing. At this point, nothing. Cokehead bad. Said got into the car. Don King's talking. Bear in mind, Tyson's fucking pissed at this point, angry. Angry. Don King's talking, saying, so I'll give you the $5 million. Said he heard the money again, just fucking flipped, kicked him. He says, I'm sat in the back seat. It's one that he goes 2005 or something, or 95, or whatever it was. Kicked him in the back. The chair hits the fucking front. His face hits the front. Starts punching him, and he tells a woman who's the mediator, Jackie, you hold him, and she's scared at this point, thinking they're gonna lose the money because they ain't even got the money. And Tyson's doing this, and he's mad at his girlfriend as well because his girlfriend's not helping him beat Don King up. He goes to sit up in the front. He's beating up Don King. Don King manages to get out of the car, runs to the street. And he goes, and there was this security guy that came. He just ran over to check and see what's up. I seen him once with Don King, so I thought he was part of Don King. I just laid him down. He goes, I knocked him out.
Collateral damage.
And then the police came, and he goes, this is where, sometimes he can believe certain stories because he had 8 ball of coke on him. He had weed smelling off of him, weed everywhere, like a whole bunch. And the cops took him to his hotel room, sat him down, and talk like, champ, you're right. It's all good.
I think Tyson is a good storyteller, man. He's a damn good storyteller.
He said if it was him and he was the police, he would have arrested him. He would have fucking searched him, done this,
man.
done that. But he was so surprised that the police just
do a biopic of his life.
That guy.
What's his name? Is doing a movie about him, innit?
Michael Jai White.
No. Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Jamie Foxx. Okay.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx got the role.
Right. I have heard that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx got the role. So
did you hear what Michael Jai White said about him?
Yeah, I heard.
I hope they don't meet. I hope they don't get into.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because you might fuck Michael Jai White.
Jamie ain't gonna do nothing.
Not Jamie, Michael Jai White. He might fuck Michael Jai White. I mean Tyson and Jai White.
Oh,
you know
that's a whole different story, man.
Your boy speaking slander, you know.
Yeah, look, for now, I'm a leave, but I want to see the whole thing because Vlad is so clever. He could clip something. You go and watch the clip, you don't see the whole context. That's why I always wait for the whole thing to come out. I'm not waiting for little clip, man. Fuck that. I'm not going.
No. This one's clear enough. Don't worry, it's clear enough.
I'll say it. So I think that's the end of all the cards. We're going to put in our bonuses before the fight tomorrow, what's left of that fight. And we'll come back next week and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Guys, if you want to make sure that before you leave, you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show.
Anyway, Ola didn't say who he picked for the Tyson fight.
Yeah, he didn't pick.
Like they can't knock each other out. There's no winner. They can't even do the scores. There's no judges. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, how am I going to pick a winner? You know, I just want to see a good fight.
I'm picking Tyson, by the way.
For the sake of picking, I'll go Roy Jones. Tyson did my boys bad, man. He did Tiki Kirkland, man. He did him bad, man. He did Boosie bad, man. He did my boys bad.
I'm just going with Tyson because of
I want Roy to make Tyson lean back, man. You know what I mean? Let me fight Jim and mix something there, man. You get We're gonna end it on that bombshell.
Oh dear. All right, we're out of here. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back next weekend. And until then, basically. Take care.
Salute.
Peace.